Hello and welcome to the Caiden Cowger program. I'm your host, Caiden Cowger.
This is a special edition of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the Caiden Cowger 6th year anniversary special.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome to the Caiden Cowger program. It is great to have you with us. You are listening to the first day of the 6th year of this program. It is absolutely amazing. Been at this for 6 years. Started on December 5th, 2010. Now we're all the way at December 5th of 2016. My goodness. I mean, really, time just completely whizzes by. Done this for 6 years now. We're on WXMB 101.5, Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. WJHC FM. They're in Jasper, Florida. I mean, it's just absolutely wonderful. On iHeartRadio, I mean, it's great. Really, I'm just blessed to be able to come here every day to talk to you. And I hope you enjoyed that little bit of my voice before puberty. Yeah, that was the first broadcast that I ever did. It really is. It's amazing how long I've been doing this. So we're definitely going to be keeping it up to another 6 years. Going to be really great. But want to just tell you, I mean, it really just feels absolutely wonderful to be here. I mean, it is, I can't tell you how much of a privilege it is for me to be able to come here day in and day out, talk about the different issues that, I find interesting and present them to you along with my opinions. I mean, it's really just a wonderful thing to have the opportunity to do.
Ha ha ha, happy anniversary. Ha ha ha, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. Ha ha ha, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. I wish to you happy anniversary. Happy anniversary, this special day. I'm happy with you. Let's celebrate a happy anniversary. Ha ha ha, happy anniversary. Happy anniversary. I wish to you happy anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Yeah, so there you go. 6-year anniversary special, the Caiden Cowger program. But anyway, guys, I got to tell you, we have a lot of stuff to talk about today, because while it is our anniversary, the news goes on. And one thing that I want to bring up, I was on my way to watch a friend of mine, Jonathan Shellsworth. He's an evangelist, and he was at Center Branch Church there. It was yesterday. Or no, I take that back. It was Saturday. And I was there to listen to his sermon and everything. And on the way to church, I was on my phone and got this update from Fox News. The recount has been canceled. Jill Stein was on Fox News Sunday talking about how she raised $6.5 million solely for this recount. And was talking about how she raised that money to recount all these votes because there are apparently, according to her, there were 75,000 votes that were completely blank. And she said, this is crazy. This has never happened before. Well, what do you think? I mean, everyone was talking about how Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump were the two biggest disliked candidates ever. Okay? Well, you had a lot of people that didn't want to vote for Donald Trump or for Hillary Clinton. There were a lot of people that didn't want to vote in this election, and they didn't. So you had 75,000 that did not vote, allegedly, in one of these states. I think it was Wisconsin, if I remember correctly. But anyway, she was saying that these are probably ballots that were just miscalculated or were looked over, and there needs to be a hand count. Well, typically when there have been hand counts, at the very max, it's like 1,200 votes that have been changed, not 75,000. So it's just absolutely pathetic. Jill Stein was making a big deal out of this, and, her effort failed. Because really what was going on here is that she was trying to deny Donald Trump the White House, and it did not work. And a matter of fact, I have a little bit of audio that I want to play here for you. This is Chris Wallace interviewing Jill Stein, and this occurred on Fox News Sunday. It was yesterday. I watched a large portion of this. I'm not going to play the entire thing to you because I don't want to bore you. But this is the interview between Chris Wallace and Jill Stein, who is in charge of doing these ridiculous, outlandish recounts.
Only 3,000 votes.
We didn't go into New Hampshire mainly because the deadline for filing a recount had passed.
Oh, really?
But in fact, at the time that we launched the recount, 2 of the states had gone to Donald Trump. Michigan was still uncertain as to which direction it would go. And as far as I'm concerned, if we do find evidence that there's a systemic problem here with these machines, which are extremely unreliable, prone to error and human error and machine error, as well as to hacking and security breaches, if we find evidence that there is a systemic problem, we need to expand the recount. In my view, that's what the American voters are calling for, a election result and a voting system that we can have confidence in.
Let me ask you a question, Dr. Stein. Do you know the largest switch of votes in a recount in American political history?
Well, I can tell you one, for example, in Toledo in 2004, there were 90,000 votes that were marked blank, which were discovered actually not to be blank at all, and those when a hand recount was done. And that would have been enough to have changed the outcome in Ohio. Unfortunately, that wasn't found until after the election was already called.
Let me tell you, the biggest actual switch of votes in any election in U.S. history was back in 2000, when roughly 1,200 votes were switched from Bush to Gore. We're talking about 3 states, Michigan, Pennsylvania, and Wisconsin, that Donald Trump won by more than 10,000 votes. There's not a chance in the world here, Dr. Stein, that, that the vote is going to change in those 3 states.
Chris, actually in Michigan, there are 75,000 votes, which are...
Pause it a minute. All right, I thought it was Wisconsin. Apparently it was Michigan that she was talking about. Go ahead, keep going.
Which are sky high compared to all other past elections. They are concentrated in Detroit. That's 75,000 votes, which may very well be machine error or human error.
Right.
That is about 7 times the margin of difference in Michigan. So these results could in fact change the outcome, but we don't know that until we actually examine the evidence, and that means a hand recount of the ballots.
It's never happened. There's never been a 70,000 vote switch. The most there's ever been is 1,247. Let me ask you...
That's actually not true. If the recounts were done in time, they could affect 90,000, and in fact, in Detroit, there could very well be 75,000.
I'm talking, Dr. Stein, about recounts that actually happened, not ones that could have happened.
That's because we don't do them, and in fact, we should do them. That's how we ensure that we have a system we can trust. And right now, as you know, Chris, cynicism and distrust...
Let's talk about what a lot of people think is the real point here, and that is, let's take a look at how much money you raised in your presidential runs. In 2012, you raised $893,000 in your presidential campaign. In 2016, $3.5 million. But for this recount, you've raised more than $6.5 million. Isn't that what this is really about, Dr. Stein, using this recount to raise lots of money and build your list of supporters? Let's
be very clear. This money is going strictly into a segregated account which can only be spent on the recount. So this money is will be completely used, and we'll be lucky if we can cover the costs at the rate that there is a bait and switch going on here. In Wisconsin, we just saw the costs triple. So to my mind, it really underscores why we need a fundamentally secure voting system that has built-in safeguards, that should have automatic audits, recounts. We need to get rid of these voting machines, these electronic touch screens, which have been proven highly vulnerable to tampering, to hacking, to human and machine errors.
So the fact that you have 140,000 donors is purely coincidental, Dr. Stein?
Well, put it this way. The American people have made it very clear what they want done here. Chris, coming out of this election,
wait. I don't think the American people... Wait, where do you get off saying the American people... Where do you get off saying that the American people are calling for this? I think the vast majority of the American people think we should accept the result of the election.
Yeah.
80% of Americans said that they were disgusted with this election. And we know that about 90% of Americans do not have faith.
I don't think it was the system or demand for a recount.
This is a time that people have an entire loss of faith in our political institutions. The way that the money is coming in from small donors makes it very clear. And in fact, a poll just last week showed the American people support the recount and that they feel that if Donald Trump was in the reverse position, he would be doing exactly the same thing. Remember, he said that it was a rigged system and that he was not going to accept the result. So he has articulated what many Americans feel. It's time to respect the views of the American voter and ensure that we have a voting system.
Some would say that the views of the American voter were that Donald Trump was elected president. You've now decided
well, remember what the voters said by the Electoral College, not by
if I may ask my question, Dr. Stein, you've now decided to go to the federal court to try to get a recount in Pennsylvania after the state court said that you would have to post, or your supporters would have to post, $1 million bond, and you said they can't afford that. You're going to hold a news conference tomorrow in front of Trump Tower. What's he got to do with it?
We want to hold this conference where America will see that we are standing up for everyday Americans who do not have confidence in this election system, who have lost confidence actually in our political system. And we are standing up loud and strong to say that we will not be intimidated. We will not be frightened by having to jump through all these legal hoops. We say, what is Donald Trump frightened of? Because he is obstructing, he is delaying these cases
how many votes
where the
did you
decisions
get?
have already...
Dr. Stein, how many votes did you get in this election?
Excuse me, how many votes did Donald Trump get? He got about 2.5 million less votes.
He got 62.5 million votes.
Less votes than Hillary Clinton. So I think the American people are owed an explanation here of what is going on. And you do not know until you look at the evidence.
How many votes did you get?
I am not going to be the beneficiary of this one way or the other. That's why I can do this, because I am a nonpartisan
62.5 million votes. How many did you get? I mean, the question really is who's speaking for American voters, him or you?
This is not about Donald Trump. It's not about Hillary Clinton. It's not about my campaign. It's not about Gary Johnson. This is about the American voters who deserve to have a voting system we can trust. When something like 75,000 votes in Detroit may in fact be an error, because why would people come out in Detroit, fill in all the other positions but not vote for president?
Dr. Stein,
this is a little bit suspicious. We deserve to know what's going on.
All right, end it. Okay, I'm done. No, it's not really suspicious to me at all, because, you know, you had a lot of people. Now, I voted for Trump, okay? I'm not afraid to say that. I voted for Donald Trump. All right, but you had a lot of people out there that were just completely fit to be tied. They didn't support Trump. They didn't support Hillary. They hated both of them. So they left their ballots blank. So no, considering the circumstance of this election, I'm not surprised or find that suspicious at all. But that's Jill Stein. She lost. Apparently she's holding this big press conference in front of Trump Tower today sometime. I don't know. So I really don't care. It's pathetic. It's not going to amount to anything. Trump is going to be our next president. But, you know, moving on, I have another article here for you. And this is from Washington Free Beacon. And Free Beacon has a video published onto their website where CNN crew was joking about Trump's plane crashing before his carrier speech. Listen to this. This is an article from Free Beacon. A CNN crew member joked to reporter Susan Mavalkus about Donald Trump's plane crashing as they waited to go live while the president-elect was set to land in Indianapolis on Thursday. While making final preparations to go on air, and off the camera voice could be heard discussing the estimated arrival time of the Trump plane. The president-elect was traveling to give a speech on the recent decision of Carrier Corp, an air conditioning company. So here you have the CNN crew joking about Trump dying. Isn't that great?
Fighting liberalism one lie at a time.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1132. 800-826-1132. That's 800-826-1132. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the Caiden Cowger 6th year anniversary special.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, hello and welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. It is great to have you with us. We are celebrating our 6-year anniversary special, 6 years in broadcasting. It is absolutely wonderful to be with you. So anyway, we were talking a little bit about that in the last part of the segment about CNN joking about Trump's plane crashing before his Carrier speech, where he was able to form an agreement with Carrier into keeping 1,000 jobs in Indianapolis. So I think that's pretty great that our president-elect was able to accomplish that, don't you? Pretty sweet deal. So, yeah, go out and buy Carrier air conditioners. But anyway, another thing that we have here, and this is a new article that is out on Politico, and it's the biggest bunch of ridiculousness I have ever seen. Look at this. This is from Politico. The president is handing his successor an economy that's now the envy of the world. So liberals, especially the one in Politico, Ben White, is now saying, hey, the Obama legacy is benefiting Donald Trump, that Donald Trump is inheriting a wonderful economy. Everything's all great. It's all hunky-dory. It's all fantastic. Yeah, right. Listen to this. This is the article from New York. On the campaign trail, Donald Trump repetitively described the U.S. economy as a hollowed-out disaster of high unemployment and stagnant growth. But the latest numbers show the president-elect will, in fact, inherit a fairly robust economy with the lowest jobless rate, record home and stock prices, and a healthy growth rate. The lowest jobless rate in nearly a decade. That's what Ben White of Politico wrote. Are you kidding me? Now, here's the thing, and this always gets me. I'm so sick of this sham of a unemployment rate that liberals often quote. Because when you really get down to it, guys, I'm sorry, but the unemployment rating in the United States, the official unemployment rating in the United States, is fake. It is not real. They misquote it all the time. They do not go according to the actual numbers. They make up their own numbers. And I'll explain to you why. Presently, the unemployment rating in the United States is 4.9%. 4.9%. Now, that's pretty fair. It's decent if you just take 4.9% of the population is unemployed. That sounds fine, right? But, see, here's the deal. That unemployment rating is not real. Because what they do is that they do not include the amount of people that are not participating in the workforce. Now, if we go to the year 2000, we had 79 million people not actively in the workforce, okay? 79 million people. Now take a guess at how many we have. None in the workforce now. We're at 95,064,362. 95,064,362 not in the workforce today. So, I mean, guys, to say that the workforce is doing so much better, is doing absolutely fantastic, that we have the lowest jobless rate in decades, in nearly a decade, that is completely false. It's not true. The fact of the matter is that we are at record number unemployment, going all the way back to Jimmy Carter's years, I believe, is what they have found, if we actually calculate the people that are not participating in the workforce. So no, we are not all great. We don't have a wonderful economy. But liberals, type this stuff out. They write it in their little talking points memos or whatever you have. And it's not based in reality. That's the reason why the American people did not elect Hillary Clinton. The economy is not doing well. People know it's not doing well. They're feeling it in their pocketbooks. And I'm sorry, you can create as many articles repudiating, the facts as much as you want, but people still are able to detect that this economy is not running as it should. And now they're saying that no, Trump is inheriting Obama's glorious economy that Obama developed, that he created. It's all, working out great and everything. It's just completely fake. But that's what we get from organizations like Politico and from progressive talking heads. Everything is wonderful, and no one else feels that way. I mean, it's just so insane. And then another thing that we have coming up here. This is from ABC. Actually, it's from QVUE, which is an ABC affiliate. And Facebook is testing warning labels on fake news. That Politico article should be fake news. But anyway, Facebook is testing warning labels on fake news. I think it was USA Today also is reporting that. But anyway, we have fake warning labels or fake news warning labels that are going to be tested on different news articles and what have you. But anyway, it looks from what I'm seeing here that Facebook is slapping warning labels on fake news articles, the news feed for some users, part of an apparent test to root out misinformation on the giant social network. Technology service TechCrunch says that one label read, "This website is not a reliable news source. Reason? Classification pending." In some cases, state-sponsored news is listed as the reason, according to TechCrunch. Now, if we flip over here to USA Today, they're saying that these new warning labels are not from Facebook. So, who knows what's going on? San Francisco, a Chrome browser extension that puts warning labels on fake news articles in Facebook newsfeed was mistaken for Facebook running a test to root out misinformation on the giant social network. So apparently, the news article reporting that Facebook is labeling fake news was fake news. Does that make any sense to you guys? So yeah, the news article on Facebook labeling fake news was fake news. Isn't that great? I mean, that's just a completely wonderful thing, isn't it? Unbelievable. TechCrunch reported Thursday that a source had sent the publication a screenshot of a warning label that was from that person's news feed that read, "This website is not a reliable news source, reason classification pending." Facebook spokesman identified the source of the screenshot as a Chrome browser extension. CEO Mark Zuckerberg last month outlined steps that Facebook would take to fight misinformation, including labeling certain articles as false, working with a fact-checking group, which makes it easier for users to report fake news stories, and building technology to classify misinformation. So anyway, Zuckerberg disputed claims that fake news swayed public opinion in the U.S. presidential election. So we have USA Today saying that the article reported by TechCrunch and by KVUE ABC affiliate is fake news. So their articles on fake news is fake news. So how's that for you? So anyway, if that's not confusing enough, we have the whole election recount thing that's going on. That was actually canceled. Apparently, Jill Stein is still not giving up, though. She's still looking at Pennsylvania, trying to find a way to do a recount there. It's just so absolutely ridiculous. This entire year has just been nothing but confusion. It's going to be I'm glad it's going to be. And that's just me. Hopefully 2017 will look a lot better. We'll be right back after this.
Some say he's the next Rush Limbaugh.
I tell you, this kid's got 90% of Rush's venom with only 10% of the biomass.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls? Start saving thousands in interest and fees and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1132. 800-826-1132. That's 800-826-1132. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the Caiden Cowger 6th year anniversary special.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say
All
it.
right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. 6 years in broadcasting. Great to have you with us. Fighting liberal lunacy for 6 years. Have something that I want to play here for you. And this is from Face the Nation. It's an audio bit from CBS. And Nancy Pelosi was on Face the Nation talking about the future of the Democratic Party, and she said that she does not think that the American people want a new direction after this election. Isn't that hilarious? So I guess they voted for Donald Trump for nothing.
The Democratic Party is in a moment of questioning about its identity. You were reelected to lead the Democrats in the House. What do you tell Democrats who want a new direction and then go to you? What are you going to do differently?
Well, I don't think that people want a new direction. Our values unify us, and our values are about supporting America's working families. That is one that everyone is in agreement on. What we want is a better connection of our message to working families in our country, and that clearly in the election showed that message wasn't coming through. But we are united in terms of the security of our country, which is our first responsibility, to be smart and strong and not reckless in how we protect the American people, strong in how we protect our economy.
So I guess no one wants a new direction. The Democratic Party doesn't want a new direction. So please explain the whole Bernie Sanders thing. The Democratic Party, I think, wants a new direction. They want to go further to the left, embrace socialism, and you also have the American people that want a new direction because they're tired of this lunacy that we've been dealing with for the past 8 years under Obama. So no, I'm sorry, but yeah, the American people voted for a new direction. And by the way, I want to play this other audio bit here for you. Because this is something that's really also important that I've been wanting to get to here in a minute. But, Nancy Pelosi, before I move on from this topic, Nancy Pelosi is the same woman that was saying that we have to pass Obamacare in order to find out what is in it. So for her to say that people do not want a new direction, politically speaking, this election showed just that. With the rise of Bernie Sanders, yeah, they're tired of the Democratic establishment, and with the rise of Donald Trump, they're tired of the Republican establishment. They want to see a change in politics. So yeah, people do want a different direction. That's as clear as day. But anyway, moving on, we have a flashback that I want to share with you of President Obama back in June, where Donald Trump had stated that he was going to keep the carrier plant in the United States. Trump was saying he was going to do everything he could to keep Carrier in the U.S. Now, Obama mocked Trump for promising that, asking, does he have a magic wand? Or what?
The good news is that there are entire new industries that are starting to pop up, and you're actually seeing some manufacturers coming back to the United States because they're starting to realize, you know what, energy prices are lower here, workers are better here, this is our biggest market. And so even though we offshored and went someplace else before, now it turns out we're better off going ahead and manufacturing here. But for those folks who've lost their job right now because a plant went down to Mexico, that isn't going to make you feel better. And so what we have to do is to make sure that folks are trained for the jobs that are coming in now, because some of those jobs of the past are just not going to come back. And when somebody says, like the person you just mentioned, who I'm not going to advertise for, that he's going to bring all these jobs back. Well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? There's no answer to it. He just says, well, I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, how exactly are you going to negotiate that? What magic wand do you have? And usually the answer is he doesn't have an answer. So what I've tried to do, what my administration's tried to do is let's grow those manufacturing sectors like clean energy, like some of these new technologies that are coming up. Let's focus on those.
So Obama was saying, no, Trump, he's not going to be able to get those jobs back. He's not going to be able to keep Carrier back in the United States. He's going to have to, those are jobs of the past. Jobs of the past, not coming back. Nope, they're gone. They're not coming here. And when he always asks Trump, how's he going to do it? He doesn't have an answer. It's not going. Well, guess what? President-elect Donald Trump arranged an agreement with Carrier. Carrier is staying in the United States. They are going to be keeping their company. It's going to be in Indianapolis, in Indiana. So 1,000 jobs created right there. Actually, I think he said it's like 1,200 or 1,400, something like that. So, yeah. President Obama stuck his foot in his mouth. He said, Trump, he's not going to be able to do that. That's not going to happen. And then what does Trump do? He ends up doing it. He wins. So, yeah. Guys, I'm telling you, it is just so absolutely pathetic. This entire administration, I think it's really a weak argument to make. These manufacturing jobs are not coming here. Well, they are still in existence. They're just in other countries. So why can't we do things to bring them here? Give them, reasons to come back. And part of that is by lowering the business tax. Presently, the business tax is at 30%. Trump is wanting to lower that down to 15%. That's pretty good. So if you give businesses reasons to come back, or in other words, if you make the United States more business friendly than other countries, while also implementing a tariff if necessary, then yeah, the businesses will come back. Because one thing that has also really gotten me, and I have to say, the Republican Party has been anti-tax entirely. All right, I am anti-tax. That's why I'm a Republican. I don't believe, no, not that I don't believe in taxes, period, but I don't believe in over-taxation. Okay, but before Woodrow Wilson fought for the income tax to be implemented, we operated off of tariffs. Okay. That was the primary thing that we operated off of, was tariffs. Now, that's what our founders instituted. So to say that, tariffs are these awful, awful things, I don't get that. Because what is a tariff? Now, a tariff it's basically, a tariff is a tax on imported goods. So in other words, on all the goods that are imported into the United States, there is a tariff on whatever would be specified. Now, that being said, what that would do is that it would make the prices of stuff coming from foreign countries, specific items, which would ever be classified in legislation passed through the tariff implemented. But what would happen is that there would be a tax which would make those items more expensive than items produced in the United States. So basically what that does is that with consumers in the United States, you're not going to pay all of this, additional money for an item just because it comes from, say, China. If there's an item right beside of that one that comes from the United States, and it's going to be cheaper, okay? Because there's not as much of a tax on it. That being said, if that would be instituted, what would take place is that you would see more items produced in the United States because companies that are importing their goods or exporting their goods and importing them into the United States, their items would be way too much and people aren't going to buy it here. So it forces them to come back into the country. And something has to be done. I'm not hearing anything from the Republican Party and from the Democratic Party on how to handle that. And the Republican Party, back when Trump was advocating for a tariff, was completely slamming him, saying it's not going to work, it's not going to happen, we can't have tariffs because, anti-taxation and all. But the fact of the matter is that something has to be done. Something has to be done. Because these tariffs would be placed upon these companies, which would mean ultimately the companies will be paying the price of the tariffs. However, the consumers will be paying for it by the increase in prices.
Caiden Cowger. Keeping America straight.
You're listening to Caiden Cowger on the WCNR News Network.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
You always want to look your best, but you don't always have time to deal with a necktie that won't cooperate. That's where we come in. Introducing the Never Tie, the only necktie that you never have to tie. Each Never Tie comes with a tie and 2 removable knots that you simply slide on and adjust for your comfort, giving you the perfect look every time. Choose from over 20 stylish designs at thenevertie.com. Enter promo code RADIO1 for discount.
Goldman Sachs and HSBC recently purchased 7.1 tons of physical gold. What do these bankers and mega money managers know that you don't? They're expecting the value of gold and silver to increase. That's why you need our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group offers gold and silver for direct delivery and will not be undersold. Call now. Call 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108.
Hi, I'm George Foreman. Do you have an idea for a new product or invention? People ask me all the time, George, how do I get my idea in front of companies? How do I get a patent? What do I do next? Do you have the same questions? I'll tell you like I'll tell them all. Call my friends at InventHelp.
Call InventHelp today for free information. InventHelp can submit your invention to companies who are interested in receiving new ideas.
For your free inventor's information, call 1-800-441-7922. That's 1-800-441-7922.
Is debt beating you down? You need discipline. You need the Debt Ninja. If you've been caught in a financial trap and need to be set free, then you need the Debt Ninja. Want to stop those harassing collection calls, start saving thousands in interest and fees, and get out of debt fast? Then you need to call the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja will find the best companies across the country that will help you consolidate all your bills into one easy payment, reduce your payments by 30 to 50%, and get you out of debt fast. If you have unsecured debt of $10,000 or more, such as credit cards, loans, or medical bills, call the Debt Ninja for a free 15-minute consultation.
Call 800-826-1132. 800-826-1132. That's 800-826-1132. Call today.
The Debt Ninja.
All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at Capital Gold Group. Capital Gold Group is a company that deals with investing in precious metals such as gold and silver. They've been in business for over a decade and have an A+ rating with the Better Business Bureau. They've been featured on Fox News, Market Watch, Bloomberg, Wall Street Journal, CNBC, Reuters, Fox Business, Financial Times, and Forbes magazine. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-932-4108. That is 1-800-932-4108. They also offer various ebooks on investing in gold, such as the Definitive Gold Guide. So once again, if you're interested, you can call 1-800-932-4108. That's 1-800-932-4108. All right, guys, let me tell you about our friends at the Debt Ninja. The Debt Ninja is a company that specializes in slashing debt. They deal with various debt problems such as tax debt, debt settlement, debt consolidation, student loan debt, credit repair services, and bankruptcy. That is 1-800-826-1132. Now, their company, the Debt Ninja, operates on a national level and have worked to fight the IRS for many of their clients. If you're interested, you can call at 1-800-826-1132. That is 1-800-826-1132. Once again, that is 1-800-826-1132. Due to a decline in the economy and major car companies filing for bankruptcy, American Auto Protection has announced an extended service plan that is now available to the general public. This plan reduces the cost of auto repair expenses. Maximum Car Care was created to assist qualifying car owners with lowering repair bills of cars under 130,000 miles and under 12 years old. Maximum Car Care works to limit the expense of auto repair bills, roadside assistance, rental coverage, and towing. Their number is 1-800-824-9762. That is 1-800-824-9762. Once again, that is 1-800-824-9762. Maximum Car Care is a proud sponsor of the Caiden Cowger program.
You're listening to the Caiden Cowger 6th year anniversary special.
Caiden Cowger. Somebody had to say it.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Caiden Cowger program. So, yeah, that's what I'm telling you guys. Something has to be done. And they were attacking Trump, saying that the tariff thing is never going to work. I'm going to tell you, we have to find a way to get these jobs back into the United States. And when the prices of these imported goods are higher than the prices of the same exact product made in the United States, what are people going to buy? They're going to buy the cheaper one, right? And it's going to give opportunity for new companies to form in the United States to beat the prices of these foreign countries if they do, of these foreign companies, if they do not come back into the United States. So I don't have a problem with it. It might be hard a little bit in the beginning stages of it, but in the long run, it's going to benefit the United States because you're going to see more jobs created to get these 92 million people back to work. And you're going to see overall the economy really become successful again where we get these manufacturing jobs back into the United States. Now, anyway, have another thing that I want to play here for you. Nick Cannon, he's a rapper, was on The Breakfast Club, and he was talking about Planned Parenthood, saying that it's a real genocide against black Americans, what Planned Parenthood has done. Go ahead and listen to this.
He had a chance, but you thought he was going to win? I think it's the same system. Pick your oppressor. Mm-hmm. I don't care. Like, it's you can't vote your way out of oppression. This is a systemic issue.
But I look at Donald Trump like they're saying that he's trying to reverse Roe versus Wade, a lot of different things.
Everybody, just Hillary was sneaking. Think about all the stuff they did with Planned Parenthood and all of that type of stuff. That type of stuff is to take our community and forget gentrification. It's real genocide, and it's been like that for years. This system is not built for us. This is not our land. I appreciate it. I love it. Wouldn't want to live nowhere else, but this wasn't designed for our people.
You know why I like to hear guys like you talk like that, Nick? Because you don't have to talk like that. You know what I'm saying? Like Sinbad was just talking about that, the guys who cross over, and then when they cross over, they felt like, oh, racism doesn't exist. It's fine here. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to talk like that. But so you know it's real.
Yeah, it's the honest to God truth. And when your eyes are open to certain situations, I come from a long line of community leaders, and I've always saw like too much is given, or much you're responsible for that. You know, much is required. So I use my platform to tell the truth at the end of the day.
Now, see, here's something that I really want to touch on that Nick Cannon just said, because he's talking about how racism does exist, okay? Well, there are racists out there. And I'll tell you, Planned Parenthood, he's absolutely right, is committing real genocide. And Planned Parenthood is an organization that, yes, is racist. For crying out loud, they are opening up their abortion facilities in known black neighborhoods. Why? Because they want black people to come and abort their children. That has been going on for a long, long time. And so, yeah, Cannon was absolutely right in pointing that out. But, liberals are always the ones that are fascinated with race, that always focus on race, that talk about race. And typically, they are the ones that are racist. They make race an issue with they pander to people, in other words, based upon their race. I think that Americans, regardless of their ethnicity, should be looked upon as being just that, as being Americans. I think it's really stupid that, politically, politicians trying to divide people based upon race. I think that's one of the dumbest things. It is one of the most racist things that you can do at this point. I think it's just absolutely preposterous. But that's, my personal opinion. Racism doesn't exist other than in politics. No, it exists more than that, but you know what I'm saying. But anyway, guys, I want to thank you for listening to us. For more information on the Caiden Cowger program, go to CaidenCowgerProgram.com. For the latest news exposing the left, go to CowgerNation.com. Thank you. God bless. God save this nation to another 6 years.